Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. After he leaves in a rush due to a news broadcast explaining that a
70-1.
meteor will hit Earth, knocking it off its axis, an ink jar spills, revealing a darker,
70-1.
different look at the characters
That's not perfect.
and their new superpowers. It was not specified that these new characters were the great-great-great
70's still crazy though.
of the iconic characters that we all grew up with. It was supposed to be a whole new generation with just a nod to their original classic inspirations.
What's
Kind of lagging. Oh. They almost done setting this up. Gain some followers on Kick. Interesting. Good to go. Look, Courtney, how you doing? How you doing? 69. Tomorrow or later will be. I don't know if I stream later, but we'll see. All right, let's do some of the Buccaneer related topics. Oh, as well. Let's see what the arena. Have they streamed? Last time they streamed was 2 days ago. Okay, so it's been basketball the past 2 days. Okay, so let's go to Speak Easy real quick. The Chiefs need to miss the playoffs. Ooh, that's an interesting topic. Okay, I'm gonna hear this out.
Kansas.
All right, we got to Speak Easy. The Chiefs need to miss the playoffs. I'm assuming this is pick related.
City Chiefs now sitting in no man's land.
Yikes.
Potentially not making the playoffs, can be eliminated this weekend. They go out there and lose. I don't know if that's actually official. I just feel like
No, there's situations
Oh, no,
where
yeah, there's situations
if
where
the Chiefs lose and like the Bills win, like the Patriots win, and some other team wins.
Oh, wow.
Chiefs can be officially eliminated this weekend.
Yeah, so the Chiefs season could end on Sunday. We had audio from Chris Jones where he was asked about.
Is that real? Cause playoff. Let me see if that's realistic. It might be. That'd be crazy. Nah, that's not real. That's not real. Because if the Bengals are still in a race and the Bengals are 4-9, there's no way the Chiefs can get knocked out with a loss right now. Unless the Bengals can be eliminated this upcoming week. Like I don't know if that's real. They got 9 losses and they're still in the race, so the Chiefs could afford to lose 2 more games and they would still be in it, pretty much. Okay, so yeah, nah.
Their chance to make the playoffs. I'll let you guys take a listen.
Even though this is new territory for us, we
Are they really debating Lamar and Burrow?
still have an opportunity. We still got really, really great players on this team, starting with our leaders, Pat, Trav. Listen, we got Pat Mahomes, man. Let's be honest here. We always have a chance. Yep.
Does the Chiefs season end on Sunday, guys?
I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports. It's good to be right. I hope it does, for the Chiefs' sake.
Wow.
Let me break this down. The reason I hope it does
Let me
is
break this
people
down.
oftentimes, 2-5, they don't take drastic action until they have a drastic result. If the Chiefs make the playoffs this year, win a playoff game or two, go to
Postseason or postseason or regular for what?
the AFC Championship game, they might be like, hey, you know what? Let's just run it back. If Xavier Worthy gets older, if Isaiah Pacheco gets healthier, our offensive line was banged up, let's just run it back and we're going to be all right. If the Chiefs miss the playoffs this year, they really finna make some changes. So for the Chiefs' sake, I think it behooves them to have like a truly drastic repercussion to the season so that they can make changes
I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna watch that video.
moving forward. Chiefs make the playoffs again, I think they'll overlook the lack of pass rush. I think they'll overlook the lack of wide receiving help. I think they'll overlook the running game.
Yeah.
I think they'll just be like, hey, we just got to get healthy.
Yeah.
We just got to get healthy. Let them miss the playoffs? Hell no. Everything's changing.
Yeah, that might be the case for other teams. You talking about the Chiefs. You talking about Andy Reid. You talking about Brett Veach, the GM. They ain't satisfied with this type of year. This is a team that's used to going to the AFC Championship game, going to the Super Bowl. With this type of offense, the way they look, they're not going to no AFC Championship game like that. So I think they know that. I think other teams, maybe, not the Chiefs.
I actually agree with Acho on this. And you know I hate agreeing with Acho. Actually, I hate agreeing with both of you guys. But to be honest with you, I do think last year they make the playoffs. They go all the way to the Super Bowl. They don't really have that good of a pass rush. Jalen Hurts has all day to throw in the pocket. And you're like, you know what? George Karlaftis.
You know, no, they don't have like really good pass rushers, but I think they're really good defenders. Like I think just about everybody on that D line is good. And again, maybe they don't have an elite pass rusher, but I think the whole D line is good. You know, maybe they got 1 weak spot. I don't know. But from what I recall, Leo Chenal and George Karlaftis are both pretty good defensive ends. Chris Jones is a good DT. Mike Dana's pretty good. I don't know who else they have at DT, but that's a pretty good D line. So. They don't have an elite guy, but they all good. So I don't know.
You got us to the Super Bowl. You're
Coach JB show. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I'll see what's on there after this.
You're gonna be an
He was $90 million.
They paid him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
Ghost
not the
retiring.
dude that I think
What are you talking
moving
about?
forward, you really want to go out there and pay, because what you're getting on the back end not worth what you're spending.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs have real issues to fix on both the defensive and offensive side of the ball. They need this season to reset. It's okay. It's okay. Do I think they miss the playoffs? It's just these guys are way too competitive to go out there and not try.
Yeah,
I think Pat will. But I do think regardless, like to Shady's point though, Brett Veach is going to look at this and be like, damn, we were really in danger the entire season. Even if we make the playoffs and go on a run.
I don't agree.
You don't think so?
Here's why. Why didn't he do that last season? You won 11
you made
games.
it to the Super Bowl. You
no,
almost
but
won.
remember, y'all were really in danger all last season. You won 11 games by one possession. On average, 24% of games are won by one possession. You won about 75% of them by one possession.
Yeah.
When you blocked that kick against the Broncos and barely won that game. When you had these late miss kick and barely won that game. Why didn't you after last year say, hey, we really skated by. We got to do some.
I think last year they kind of like. I think they just assumed. I don't know what the game plan was this year. I think they thought that they would get better this year. That's what I'm assuming. They thought they would get better this year, but they didn't really change enough to get better this year. And I think the biggest issue is their offense. The defense is okay. Defense, I think last I checked, they were a top 5 run defense. They were a top 10 pass defense. The defense is okay. I think the issue is the offense needs to be more explosive. The offense needs to do more and get them out of these one possession games, you know, and stretch the envelope or whatever. But I don't know. Vikings did the same thing. I do recall that Vikings were one of those teams, one possession teams.
Things. Instead, you came back with the same wide receiver room. Oh, Rashee Rice just got to get healthy. You came back with the same pass rush.
Nice.
Oh, Karlaftis is going to get better. You came back with the same linebacker room. You came back with the same running back room.
But their linebackers is not. I'm not going front. They don't got bad linebackers. What's Birdie name? Nick Bolton, nice. Drew Tranquil, he nice. Oh, I can't be mad at that personally.
Came back with the same tight end room, and you just thought, what? Everybody was going to get better. So to me, if Brett Veach shady, if I'm being honest, and this happens to everybody, so no indictment on Brett Veach, I think he got lazy, and I think he might tell you that. I think he got lazy. I think
like Brett Veach. Hey, question, Bear. Can you name me 3 better GMs than Brett Veach?
Hell no. Howie Roseman. That's it.
Acho Bear.
Ozzie Newsome, maybe.
Can you name me 3 GMs better than Brett Veach?
This in the last 2-3 years, yes, I would say Ryan Poles, first and foremost, Chicago Bears general.
Nah. I don't know about that. I'm not taking. Bears have put together a good team, but I'm not taking the Bears GM over Chiefs.
No, it is. What
Chicago Bears, what he did with the offensive line
his
this
brother,
year.
so I'm gonna keep it real with it. But I mean,
What he did with the offensive line this year, what he did with the wide receiver room, and what he did with DeAndre Swift in the running back room.
Because he took care. I like that. Before they got Caleb, he got all these moves. So yeah, he's good.
Like, give me him, give me Howie Roseman, and this year, give me Les Snead, general manager for the Los Angeles Rams. I think what he's done over the last 3 years, no picks, and being able to retool that roster, the Jared Verse, the Fisks, the Youngs, plus going out there and getting Devontae Adams when everybody was in the DA sweepstakes. Like, I just think, Shady, you're so high on Brett Veach because of what he's done historically, but you got to be honest. The Chiefs should have been made adjustments.
That Bryce trade crazy when you look back. What was the trade? I genuinely don't recall.
I just think that, like, you're making the right draft picks, you're getting the right players, and you winning championships.
But how can you say that lately, too? Xavier Worthy's a first-round pick. You didn't love him.
You can say that because they just went to the Super Bowl last year. Now, as to what's going on this year, I don't think personally, I don't think it's a personnel issue with the Chiefs. I think it's more so play calling. I like the format of this website here. Team rankings. Points per game. Kansas City is 11th. But they're not far off from, some of the better teams in terms of scoring, but they just not doing enough. And let's see, or in defense, points allowed per game. Kansas City is 7. That's crazy. So they're borderline top 10 in both categories. They're just not doing enough. That's crazy. So to me, it's not. It doesn't feel like they don't have the personnel. I feel like they got the guys. You're in one possession games every week for a reason. You can compete with every team in the league, but the issue is, I think, just taking the top off. They just need to tighten up a little bit more on defense, and they need to tighten up a little bit more on offense. But I genuinely think offense more, personally. That's just my opinion. I hold their offense to a higher standard than I hold their defense to.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, first-round pick. You didn't love him. That's 2 in your last 5 years. You didn't love him.
They won hold on. With Clyde, they won a championship.
Yes, sir. With him off, they went with him off the team, but yes.
He's always been a chip with the Chiefs. See, that matters too, though. If I go here and I get this type of team in the roster, despite how you and I feel, they go to the chip every year. Another thing is, when you go on the chip,
DJ Moore and 2 first, which ended up being Bryce and Leggett.
and you got these special players, you can't pay everybody.
Yeah.
So for you to leave Ladarius Sneed, who nobody was thinking about, became an All-Pro.
Yeah.
Do you go out there and get McDuffie? Like, they are getting these. Then Watson there was nice. Yo, they do a good job enough.
But here's my problem.
Enough.
If we're being honest, the Chiefs roster isn't Super Bowl.
I looked at the stats. Jalen Watson has not allowed a touchdown this year. Surprising. He had a decent amount when it comes to yards given up, but no touchdowns.
Good. Remember last year?
Was Super Bowl good last year?
No. But that's why I hope they miss the playoffs, because now they will make drastic adjustments.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes covers up so many errors and so many ailments that you don't fix much.
Pat wasn't even great last year.
But he covers stuff up in the clutch.
Last year,
remember Tyquan Thornton at the end of the game finds him. Boom!
But I'm saying offense was an issue for him last year, correct?
Most of the year, yeah.
Okay, so Pat's great, but let's keep it a bean. The offense wasn't that great. The thing what makes Brett
Yeah, I saw Todd Bowles' post game interview. I mean, that was a tough L. That was a very tough L.
Veach so great of a GM, not because he gets all the best players with the Chiefs, which he does. Brett Veach gets the most out of the average players, the fourth rounders, the fifth rounders, guys that nobody knows their names for real, but they are so valuable.
Yeah,
and he's getting so much out of them. He gets so much production. So the name of the game is to pick superstars, which is hard to do, but Brett Veach has done it for Andy Reid his whole existence.
yeah.
And the other part is, can you get the most out of a average player or a late draft pick player? And he does it.
Focusing on the task at hand, do the Chargers pull off the win and put the needle in put the nail in the coffin?
Nah. Chargers aren't the team to do it, bro.
Andy Reid ain't going out like
Chargers
that.
They
aren't
just beat the
team to do it.
Eagles.
They look weak too, though.
Yeah,
They just beat the Eagles. Defense looked great.
I don't
They
think
look that
Mahomes
good,
is
though.
gonna look like what Jalen Hurts looked like.
Yeah,
out
he
there.
ain't
That's
no
all.
like
Mahomes
that.
low-key did against the Texans.
Nah, but it's
The
different
Texans
though.
are the Texans, not the Chargers defense.
Yeah, like
Texans
what-
are amazing.
see
right
that
now.
Chargers defense have the number 2 defense
But
in
not
football last
how
year.
behind
Man,
it looked to you,
they
though.
also had some
that
drops
pass, they
there,
got
but-
gangsters on the inside and outside. It was scary, that. I mean, look,
Patty not having a back-to-back.
the Chargers
games
looked
like
weak last game. It was the Eagles.
that. Yeah.
Their defense looked weak.
Their offense looked weak.
They had 4 picks, and really the 5th could have been called. But remember, they just said hit the ground. They look Chargers defense
Yeah,
look
but
weak.
Jalen
Chargers defense had 4 picks. That was what, a 1-possession game, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, I'm kind of with them on the Chargers. Like Chargers, they look cool. They don't really look all that though. Can the Chargers beat the Chiefs? Of course, but the Chiefs can also beat the Chargers. So it's like I wouldn't, if I had to pick somebody, I'm a roll with the Chiefs, but it's not. It's like this much of a, you know what I mean? It's not. I'm not rolling with them heavy, but. I think though they need to draft they need like a first round corner or something. They need a corner, in my opinion. I like Noah Williams. I haven't really seen him play too much this year. When he was playing earlier in the season, I watched him a little bit. I don't know what's going on now. I think Jalen Watson is a free agent. McDuffie's cool, but he's just not the guy that I would put on the number 1 receiver every single week. And I think that's one thing that they could upgrade at. I don't really know the situation with their safeties personally, but the front seven is good, and statistically the defense is good. You know, I just think they need maybe like you could probably get like 1 or 2 pieces on both sides of the football, and it'll make them a much better team because they're top 10 offensively scoring. They're top 10 defensively allowing points. So you got a good team. You're just not pulling it off when it matters most, you know. You in all these close games, but it's just that one play, you know. They got Christian Fulton. I got to look at his numbers. I got to see what he's been playing like. I don't think he ain't he a backup. I could be wrong. Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders. Yeah, they got some tough games coming up.
was playing crazy that game. KP, I don't know where he's been at.
Yeah.
And also, if you give up 5 turnovers, you barely win in the game.
fair.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, also
it off.
they get
Knock off, Bear.
they get the Chargers at home.
Knock off.
The team that's going to eliminate them from the playoffs though is going to be Denver the weekend, the second on Christmas Day. Actually, I think.
But here's my thing, bro.
They play
If the
on
Chiefs
Christmas.
are still
Wow.
alive, you got to kill the Chiefs now, or they aren't dying. If you think the Broncos are going to kill the Chiefs when Pat knows, I got the Broncos and I got the Raiders, and I win both of these, I'm in the playoffs, Pat not losing. Like, you have to kill.
It sounds good, bro, but they've been in this situation all season. They got 7 losses. It sounds so good to say that, but they've needed wins all season. Can they clutch it up at the end of the season? It's possible, but I'm not betting house on it. That's for sure.
Kill the Chiefs now. Pat, I'm
Chargers
telling you,
aren't
Pat
the team
will
to
run
do
the
it.
table.
The Chargers ain't that good.
Pat the type of
They
dude to
look that
make to
good.
sneak into the playoffs and then go on a run again.
That's
I'm
what
not
I'm
gonna
saying,
lie.
bro. Like,
But-
because if Pat gets to the playoffs, who knocking him out with these?
She's not that good this year, though.
The thing is,
Let's
the
be
Colts
real.
could start falling off. They're ahead of them.
Correct.
The tough part is like really losing that game.
They got a good quarterback, though.
Losing that game to the Texans is
They got a good quarterback.
Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers.
You crazy?
Okay. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section, man. Number 1, do y'all think Chiefs get in? And number 2, if you're a Chiefs fan, what do you think y'all should draft in the first 2 rounds? Like, what are some priority picks that y'all think that y'all need to make? Drive, stay tuned, stay blessed. Christmas games. Oh, it's multiple games on Christmas. Dang, I feel bad for the players, but I mean, hey, I'm personally, I don't really care. I'm not a holiday guy. Like, it's cool, but for the ones who do want to spend time with their family, I feel bad for them. All right, let's do this here.
Moving forward,
All right, we got to speak easy. Lamar or Joe Burrow? I don't know where this debate came from, but it's a conversation.
we gotta talk about the Bengals taking on the
Christmas.
Ravens, two teams that have been incredibly disappointing this year. As that entire
For me, I don't know. It's just where I'm at in life. It's just holidays in general. It's just like it don't really move me. Just all holidays. Like another day. Another day.
division really has been. Lamar Jackson was back in practice today after taking a rest day. This game is pretty huge for the Ravens. They lost to the Steelers last week. They're in a very tight playoff race. Who would you rather have in this tight playoff race?
Wait,
now?
talk about though. Hold up.
What's that?
Hold on though.
What happened, Tupac?
Is he late? Hold on. Wait.
He did jog
might
off
be-
to
he
the
might
rest
be
of
late.
everybody
Wait,
else.
hold up. I'm just trying because he.
I'll let you take
little
a look.
shot.
Yeah.
But do y'all
Run it down
low,
here.
y'all low managing the NFL now?
Is he late? He looked late. Oh, he looked late as. Oh. Quarterbacks must be the first people outside.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, all right.
Maybe needed to get something taped up a little bit.
Brady got
further. I
late.
don't know.
Brady was
But
late before too, though, so I get it.
who would you guys rather have? Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson?
I got some important information for y'all.
I ain't gonna lie. Right now, give me Joey B. How he been playing since he been back, man. Bro, it's been money. And I get, Lamar is great. I think Lamar is very much a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame. But they just not looking good offensively. At least consistently. I kind of know what I get with Joe Burrow. Joe go sit in that pocket. He gonna roll out. He gonna make the right passes. Lamar, sometimes he take a little too long to get the ball out, bro. Like his decision making is not cerebral. Last year, elite. He has his years, but I just think, if I had to choose right now, I'm gonna take Joey.
Oh no! You go first.
I go first.
Go first.
Lamar missing Wednesday practice is normal. Hasn't had a full week of practice since week 10. Interesting. Takes a while to get the ball out, but when your OC doesn't call any quick pass, hey, I respect that. I respect that comment. I'm not gonna lie, because their game plan offensively does not feel cerebral. I'm not gonna lie. Like it doesn't feel, But the Bengals don't either. But I would take Joe Burrow as a passer over Lamar. Theirs don't feel crazy nice either. But maybe theirs is better than the Ravens. But I do agree. The Ravens, like their concepts don't seem crazy. Like when I watch the Ravens, it feels typically, it feels like their offense is relying on their talent and not relying on their schemes. Because if you rely on your schemes and you rely on your concepts and your play calling, the talent is what's going to take you over the top. If you rely on the talent, you're gonna have a ceiling on you. You're gonna have a cap on how good you could be. It's a terrorist on our O-line wearing 77. Interesting. When OBJ was here, we called slants on a daily. We don't do that anymore, which is dumb. Boy, I was watching DJ Turner film. Man, Rashad Bateman hit this release on him that was so nice. He didn't really cook DJ, but he did beat him. and it was so quick. But I feel like they don't use Bateman like that. They don't use D-Hop like that. D-Hop is, in terms of production, when he is targeted with a small sample size that he has, according to stats, is one of the best receivers in the league. Like if you go off of like just the ratio, and they don't target, bro. You know, so likely, and you got Mark Andrews. You know, they got so many weapons, and I just feel like they Hez Walker, shoot, that's another one. They got so many weapons. I don't feel like they get the most out of them. Has Zay Flowers even scored a touchdown this season? He got one. Wow. What's up, baller? Brown,
3 years, I would have answered this question convincingly with one answer. 3 years.
Yeah.
Convincingly. I
He would have said
this.
Lamar.
But on this year, on this day, it's easily Lamar Jackson.
I had that flipped around. Interesting.
Easily. Because Lamar Jackson is present more often than Joe Burrow is present, and Lamar Jackson gets his team into the playoffs.
I don't know if that's the topic though. I think the context is about them being healthy, and I don't think it's Lamar gets them into the playoffs. I think they have a good enough defense to get into the playoffs, and Lamar is healthy. But I think in context of them, I think the conversation about them being healthy. But the Ravens defense typically has always been better than the Bengals defense.
Could you imagine a world where Lamar Jackson misses the playoffs 3 consecutive years? That's what Joe Burrow's done. 3 straight years without a playoff appearance. That's an NFL career.
Yeah.
Basically mine. You go a whole joint without making the playoffs. Lamar Jackson could never. He's physically incapable of not making the playoffs 3 years in a row. So to me, I think it's a no.
That's a culture thing, bro. It's like it's Harbaugh. Harbaugh will make sure his team is a winning team at the end of the day, just like Mike Tomlin. So I don't think that's a Lamar thing. As great as Lamar is, if you put Joe Burrow on the Ravens, and again, if Joe Burrow's healthy, they're going to the playoffs still. You know, I think in terms of head coach, Ravens got a better head coach that knows and understands winning culture and understands how to consistently win every year.
Contest. Do I think Joe Burrow is significantly better than Lamar Jackson in the playoffs? Sure. Joe Burrow a better pocket passer? Sure. Is Joe Burrow's ceilings higher than Lamar Jackson? Exponentially. But at the end of the day,
exponentially? What? I disagree with that. I think you could debate whose ceiling is higher, but I don't think it's. I don't know if I would say exponentially Joe Burrow's ceiling is higher than Lamar's. I think Lamar has a very high ceiling. To each his own.
Lamar Jackson's there. Lamar Jackson's present.
T. Higgins
and at
got
least
rolled out.
Lamar Jackson punches a ticket for his team. So playoffs Lamar and playoff Joe, different conversation. But 2-5 in the regular season, yeah, Lamar Jackson.
So you asked me, I just want to get the question right.
Yeah.
Who do I want out of Lamar and Joe in the regular
Cool
season?
Joe.
Yeah.
In general, he said.
This in general?
In general.
In general. Right now, moving forward, you starting a franchise. Who do you want, Lamar or Joe?
They
Burrow?
look the same right now. I mean, they both losing, but Lamar is so great and so special. But Joe is so crazy too, though.
He crazy in the training room.
Can I push back, bro?
Yeah, I guess if you talk injuries, then you're right.
You got to.
But if beside the injuries though,
That's not possible.
you're right. So I go with Joe without the injuries.
Lamar's had his injuries too.
Sure, not nearly as like Joe.
Not nearly like Joe. Now, obviously, he since coming back from injury this year has looked terrible.
True.
That's true.
Terrible.
True.
Joe Burrow.
I'm not gonna lie, the offenses look terrible though. Like the only knock that I could really give Lamar is just his decision making. It's not quick enough. But again, great point earlier. If the play calling is not giving you consistently giving you a quick option, then you have to hold the ball longer. It's gonna like the perception is going to be that you hold the ball for a long time because you constantly, number one, you don't have a quick option, or your quick option is being taken away, or the route concepts are not great. So there's sticky coverage early on in the play. So you have to wait for something to develop. So I mean I could kind of see that. If the play calling is not great, then that could be the perception. W streak.
Burrow, yes. At the end of that Bills game, they ended up selling. Played phenomenal for 3/4 of that game. I think Joe Burrow.
I don't know. It was crazy. Our run game has looked a lot better since Keaton Mitchell became RB2. Interesting.
At a very baseline, up until this season though, because we've never seen Lamar play this bad in the regular season before.
Correct.
Like, he's playing really, really bad. I think it's a whole lot tighter of a conversation, and also, what are we gonna get from Lamar moving forward? I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna get from Lamar moving forward. Is this gonna be a string of injuries that he has moving forward? Is this going to be a level of play that he stays at moving forward? I don't know, because I have not seen Joe Burrow play as bad as I've seen Lamar Jackson play the past 4 weeks.
That's true.
Do we also have to hold Lamar Jackson to a higher standard, being he's a 2-time MVP? Does that change your grading scale at all?
The reason it doesn't is I think Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow are equally talented.
Okay.
I actually think Joe Burrow might be more talented than Lamar Jackson, just as strictly like efficiently moving an offense.
Okay.
But Lamar got the 2 MVPs.
Yes, he did.
Lamar's made the playoffs every year. Lamar's record is exponentially better than Joe Burrow's. Now, here's what's interesting. You could make an argument that Joe Burrow's career, you could make a dumb argument, but I'd listen. That Joe Burrow, what he's done has been more impressive. To take the Bengals from hell.
What do you mean Ravens experimenting?
To scratching the surface of heaven, you could suggest is more impressive than Lamar Jackson keeping a Ravens team that's been to won 2 Super Bowls this year, keeping them relevant.
He took a Bengals team with a dog crap offensive line and a okay defense to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Lamar Jackson took.
Bro, and that's why I say I don't know who the OC was then. Maybe it's the same OC, maybe it's not. Who was the OC the year they went to the Super Bowl? Is that still same OC that they currently have? But you can do really good things if you have good play calling, even if you have a bad offensive line. And I think having good play calling is more important than having a good offensive line, genuinely, because you can mask up so much if you have a very intelligent coach, and then if you got good O-line coaching, you can kind of work some of that stuff out as the season progresses. They had Brian Callahan. Where did he go? He went to the who went to the Titans.
A top 2 roster in.
Okay. And got fired. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt. Maybe it was more so of a talent thing. I don't know. They did have talent, that's for sure. Healthy Joe Burrow, healthy Jamar Chase, healthy T. Higgins.
The league with a top 5 defense, well, number 1 defense rather.
Yeah.
To
one playoff win.
To one playoff win. He's never gotten past that first playoff.
I don't know if this is real. Patrick Willis isn't ruling out a return if the Niners need help for the playoffs. That would be insane.
At the end of the day, I want the guy that has shown he can win more than one playoff game. It's like Dak Prescott looks a whole lot better than other quarterbacks in the regular season. When we get to the playoffs, he's never won more than one game.
Mm-hmm. 2-time
sorry.
MVP, that don't matter to you?
Oh, and they had Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd was good. The Ravens, I can't remember the last time the Ravens had good offensive play calling. I mean, last year they were. I can't say they were good because it's not like I watched them in detail. Obviously, they were productive, but I don't know for sure like how good the play calling was. I don't know if talent carried or the play calling was just decent enough.
It does.
That's
Dak's
what I
been
was
top
saying.
5 in
I'm
MVP
like,
voted multiple times too. Like
No. Actually, won the MVP.
I mean, I hear you. I think Lamar's probably the most talented player. I disagree with you on the talent thing. Lamar might be the most talented player to ever play the quarterback position. terms of what he can naturally do, it's ridiculous.
But what you're not factoring in is the cerebral aspect. Because Joe Burrow will sit in the pocket and give you just as many yards as Lamar Jackson will give you running and passing.
Yeah, but
like
That's
Joe
facts.
Burrow last year, I think gave you 4,900. I don't think Lamar's ever exceeded 5,000 collectively, running and passing. So Joe Burrow will say, Lamar, do all that running if you want to.
I think Lamar put up 4,900 last year. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had 4,000 passing and 800. I think he had 4,100 passing and 800 rushing. I could be wrong. I'll double check. This is really not that deep of a stat, but I could be wrong. He had 4,100 and then 4,100. That's crazy. He had 41 touchdowns and 4 picks and didn't win MVP. What the heck? That is crazy. And he had 915 rushing yards. So yeah, he had 5K. He had 5K last year, total yards. That's crazy. But that was cap what Acho just said. But that's still crazy that he didn't win MVP off of that. Look at Burrow stats. Burrow last year, 4,900 yards. He had 200 rushing yards. Look at Joe, mobile Joe. 43 touchdowns, 9 picks. That's elite season right there. Both of those are elite seasons. I'm not gonna lie. That both are elite. Both of their seasons were better than Josh Allen last year. Like Josh winning the MVP is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. No offense to Josh.
Sit in this pocket. And from this pocket, I'm going to do what you do with your legs and with your arm. Combined. Yeah. You feel me? So, that's why when I'm talking talent, I'm also talking the cerebral aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, last year, though, 41 touchdowns in the air, 4 interceptions, 4,000 yards. He almost had a 4,000 and 1,000 season. We've only seen that in football in general.
Yeah.
That's never what Lamar did last year has never been done ever.
One time, that was from Kyler Murray in college. Like, you just don't see numbers like that.
Wait, what did Lamar give us last year?
Lamar gave you 4,100.
And they gave you 900 yards rushing.
Yeah, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and 900 yards rushing.
Okay, so Joe Burrow last year,
so he gave you 5,000
He gave you 4,900 passing, 43 touchdowns. Now, he also gave you 9 picks. But if you're going to give me rushing, I need lost fumbles too.
Okay.
So that's where it gets dicey. Like, Joe Burrow from the pocket gave you what Lamar gave you rushing and throwing, and then Joe Burrow gave you 43. Led the league.
I would just say, bro, like that.
Like I get he's making a case for Burrow, but like that's not a 43 touchdowns over 41 touchdowns. That's like an inch away. You know what I mean? Like that's nothing. You know? 4 picks versus 9 picks. Come on now. You know, it's like kind of stretching. Michael Parsons leads all defensive ends and is 4th overall in Pro Bowl fan voting. Interesting. Check this out later.
Lamar's another. We've never seen anything like Lamar, bro. I don't think we're gonna see anything like Lamar for another 30, 40 years.
But you know the question I always say is,
give Lamar T and Chase, and he could do the same. I think the issue more is play calling rather than it is weapons. Like, I don't think the Ravens trust their receivers. Whether it's Lamar don't trust them or it's just the play calling, you know? Like, I don't think they trust him to do. Like, I think Zay is the only one that they really trust. That's it. Everybody else is like, we don't know if y'all can take over a game, but they don't even give them the opportunity enough to even to do that. You know what I mean? Drive for MVP is interesting. DJ low-key was playing like an MVP his rookie year, but I mean that was then. 3 of those picks came off of drop passes. Wow.
What does that mean and what does that matter?
I hear you on that.
Like, too often we praise, I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Lamar wins MVP. Allen had better stats. Allen wins MVP. It's not about stats. Interesting.
But, like, what's it materialized to? We haven't seen anything like Russell Westbrook in 50 years. Truly. Truly. Like, 3 consecutive seasons averaging a triple-double.
Yeah.
That is asinine from a guard.
Yeah.
That's wild. Ain't seen nothing like it. What'd it matter? Some 6 seeds? Some 5 seeds?
Oh, I was going to get nasty.
Some first-round exits?
Yeah.
He's not the facilitator.
Some second-round exits? Yeah. So I learned that about 3 years ago, and I'm like, we praise, I've never seen anything like that before, far too often.
Yeah.
Far as opposed to just like, wait, but what does it actually matter? Oh, man, she light-skinned with green eyes.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
See, I think differently on
Cool.
that because you got to go out there and do that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's the elite of the elite. For you to do something like that, averaging triple-double, like, that's hard to do. So I look at that a little different because it's not equaling no wins.
Correct.
But, I mean, to do that, who else is doing that? Like, for you to say that it's the greatest sport of talent level to play on, and no one else can do it but me. I guess Oscar did it a little bit
Oscar
too.
back in the gap, yeah.
But I'm saying, like, right now, like, yo, I'm doing something nobody's doing. Like, I commend players for something like that.
I guess to me it's kind of like
Because nobody else can do it.
like what's the functional use? It's dope that you did it, but like what's it mean? What's it turn into? So like that's why the players usually get the MVP the first time they do it. And then everybody wakes up and is like, wait a second. That was cool, but it didn't matter. Russ had a better season after his first MVP season. But we was just like, oh, well, cool. Triple double.
Yeah.
He did it 2 more times. It just didn't matter. So for me, I'm like, I just
Get out of the way, Steven.
yeah, true.
I'm not going to lie.
But I guess for me, I'm just like, Lamar, we've never seen anything like him. I just want it to matter.
Yeah.
I want it to matter.
I was going to say, we seen like,
I don't understand how it don't matter. What was the Ravens' record last year? He put up a stat line that's never been done before in NFL history, and they went 12-5. I don't understand how what he did didn't matter. You can argue that what Joe Burrow didn't matter. He had a MVP caliber season for a team that missed the playoffs. You can easily argue that. So it's like, I don't know.
like a D Wade before, but D Wade wasn't the facilitator that Russ, I think, is. Even though D Wade, I think, had it.
And D Wade can't crash glass like Russ. So I mean, Russ, don't. You can look up numbers. You can watch tape. You can do whatever you want.
D Wade
Don't.
was in that paint.
D Wade cannot
D-Wade
crash
was in
glass.
that
Russell
paint.
Westbrook is the best
Rebounding
rebounding
guard
guard
of
of
all
all time, and
Yeah.
it's not even close.
Like it's not. It's truly not
Did
even.
Dwayne Wade have the
D Wade didn't
ability
take
to?
I guess again to answer the question, as of right now, I'd rather have Joe Burrow. But excuse me, but that's just because of what Joe's doing right now. But if you would have asked me this question last year, I would have said Lamar in a heartbeat. But both of these guys are elite at the end of the day. Both of these are elite talents, elite quarterbacks. And I think both of their teams are not utilizing them at their full potential or utilizing their rosters at their full potential either. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. You can let me know who y'all would prefer right now or who y'all prefer overall. But yeah, Joe doing his thing right now. Only one wide receiver drafted, got a second contract, and that was Rashad Bateman, of all people. I think Bateman got talent. I just haven't looked at him as elite. But again, maybe I haven't, even considered him being a really, really good receiver because it's not like he gets the level of targets that he needs to, And maybe the offense doesn't operate that way. Don't know why Allen gets so much love. Josh Allen is kind of like, I'm not gonna say that, but Josh is an elite talent too. Like let me look at Josh Allen's numbers from last year. I think Josh Allen is elite talent as well, but I think he just throws more picks than everybody else. Wow. He had 3,700 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 6 picks. How did he get the MVP last year, bro? That is crazy. What the heck? That is wild. They literally gifted this man MVP. Like, that's wild. Let's see. 4,300, 29 touchdowns, 18 picks. I think Josh is an elite talent for sure. You know, I can't question his talent. Only issue is just he throw a lot of picks. You know, and we can kind of say the same thing about Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was arguably one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, top 5 QB of all time, but he threw a lot of picks. You know, so I think it's okay. But that's wild. Allen has never had an elite year. One of these years, let me see. Was it this one? This one here, 2020. I think this was an elite year. Yeah, 4,500 passing yards, 421 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns rushing, and 37 passing touchdowns. That's an elite year. I think that would be probably nah. I'm not gonna argue that his only elite year. I think you could argue from 2020 to about 2022, he played elite. Again, this is too many picks. This is too many picks. But you can negate some of the interceptions with the total touchdown output. And then he's putting up 700 rushing yards here, 700 rushing yards here. So I say from 2020 to about 2022, but 2023 he had 15 rushing touchdowns. You could kind of argue 2023 he threw more picks, but he doubled his rushing touchdowns. So you could argue 20 to 2023, but 2024 was not an elite year. There's absolutely no reason he should have won MVP this year. This is a good year. This touchdown to interception ratio is good, but that's not elite. I think he elite talent though. I think so. Elite talent. Brian Daboll made. I don't think Brian Daboll did anything. If Brian Daboll made him, then Brian Daboll would have had a winning record with the Giants, and he would have made Daniel Jones too. Daniel Jones would have never been on the Colts. I don't think Daboll really did anything. I mean, you got to think. There are so many coaches in the building. I don't think Daboll gets the credit for making Josh Allen, but like Josh Allen had a quarterback coach. That's the coach he's going to talk to the most. You know what I mean? So who was his quarterback coach? Daboll was the OC. You know, but I mean, it's so many coaches. You could say the head coach made him. You know what I mean? I mean, it's so many people that play a part into one person's success. I don't think it was Daboll personally. Those fans be like, well, since he accounts for most of the TDs, turnovers don't matter as much. Was upset. Double rushing touchdowns because they all came from the 1-yard line like Jalen Hurts. Every year Burrow has played, it's been an elite season. Where we at on time? We doing decent on time. Not too bad. I'm gonna have to get it moving in a second, but we doing decent. The Burrow stats every year: 4,600, 34, 14. This is really good. I wouldn't call this elite, but this is good. 4,400, 35, 12. It's really good. I'm assuming he got hurt. Yeah, he got hurt this year. And then 2024, 4,900. This is elite. I wouldn't say Burrow's been elite every year, but he's definitely been really good every year. Last year, I would say last year is his first elite season. Last year was definitely the first one. But 34 and 14, that's good. 35, 12, really good. 4,400 yards, 4,600 yards, 70% completion. That's really good. Really, really good. But this right here is different. 70% completion, 4,900, 43 and 9. That is different for sure. And this is the second most in his career he's gotten sacked in a season. And he managed to put up that. That's pretty crazy. That's a Super Bowl year. Which one was Super Bowl year? 2021. Pro Bowl. J.C. Horn is leading in Pro Bowl votes. Nashawn Wright, bro. Nashawn Wright is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He has had some of the I hate to do it, but he has had some of the easiest interceptions this year, and he's leading the league in touchdowns allowed. So this is crazy. But the fans vote for the Pro Bowl, so it is what it is. I can't be mad at it. Emmanuel Forbes actually is second in touchdowns allowed this year. If I'm not mistaken, he's second or third. He's up there too, though. Marcus Jones is very interesting, but I'm assuming that's because he is a good punt returner. But since he's a cornerback, he's getting cornerback votes. What the heck? Quinion Mitchell is not up here. Cooper DeJean is up here, but Quinion Mitchell is not up here. That's crazy. Most touchdowns given up and a Pro Bowler. Yep. Nashawn Wright has 7 allowed touchdowns this year. There's somebody else who's up there with him. He got 7, and then Emmanuel Forbes got 6. That's what I last checked. Yeah, Quinion is actually having the best season out of every corner right now. Better than Surtain, better than Stingley. Like statistically, he's having a better season than everybody. Kobe Durant and Emmanuel Forbes up here is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm not mad at it, but it's just interesting. Jamel Dean, he's another one. He's actually having he's like having a borderline elite season, statistically as well. I've seen his numbers as far as like percentage allowed and targets. He's doing really good. Keyshawn Nixon, he's up there with like he got a lot of pass breakups. He's playing solid. I don't know about Pro Bowl, but maybe. Cowboys will make playoffs. Shador is better than Caleb. The Bucks think. Here we go.
The Buccaneers losing on Thursday.
Ravens Bengals game set to be top 5 coldest games in Cincinnati history. Oh, the Bengals winning that. No, it get cold in Baltimore. I'm tripping. It get cold out there. Romeo Dobbs is up there. Interesting. I didn't even look at the receivers. Josh Allen versus the Texans. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think there, and I say this on a weekly basis, and I'm starting to see this more because I've been watching more in detail football this year. This is probably like the most, and it's more so because of the all 22 film, and just doing more content. I'm putting out a lot more videos this year. But majority of the league does not have good play calling. Majority of the league does not. Like even like the Bills get creative sometimes. They're better than majority of the teams in the league. They're better of the majority. But I don't know if I would say their play calling is like really good. You know, like I feel like there are only maybe a few really good teams. But I don't know if the Bills is one. I don't know if the Bengals is one. I don't know if the Ravens is one. I don't know if the Chiefs is one, you know. But I don't know. I'd have to look at them a little bit more. But I feel like the Bills rely heavily on Josh Allen to extend plays and his talent. And it's kind of it kind of stems from Brian Daboll because Brian Daboll wanted the same thing with Jackson Dart. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kept that mentality with Josh. Because Daboll had that mentality with Jackson Dart. He needed a quarterback who could extend the plays, move around, and do all this here stuff because he couldn't get it done with Russ. So that's probably the same mentality he had in Buffalo. You know, like I'm gonna call this play, and if this play don't work, then you do what you do. But I don't even think that should be the mentality. Like if it don't work, like this play should be foolproof. Like at least, you know, we got a extremely high chance of this play working, and then if it don't work, you know, he won MVP with that line. Bengals play better in the cold. Great time for Henry to have 30 carries. Nobody want to tackle him in the freezing cold. Takes the defense to be fair. This was 2024. The defense wasn't as good this year. Oh, this is 2024? Oh, wow. Oh, so this was last year. Eagles got elite play calling. Yeah, that's another one. That's crazy. Like I feel like the best teams in the league is like, I don't know. You know? It feel like they kind of win off the talent, which is understandable. You need talent. You need talent to win a Super Bowl. You're not winning a Super Bowl without talent. But I think for the long term success, you know, throughout a season, you need good coaching. This was 2024. Texans won 20-23. Our defense was good last year. Yeah, I mean, pretty much this is a lot of the same pieces from last year. It's not all of the same pieces, but it's like we got pretty much a lot of the same pieces from last year. But the players have gotten better as well. Some of them dudes was their first year with us last year, so. Let's see the receivers. Oh, inside linebacker Jack Campbell's leading in voting. Bobby Wagner, Roquan Smith. Has Roquan been good this year? Zach Bond, Cedric Gray. Interesting. That's an interesting one. What a receiver. Oh, Kalen Booker is number 2. Look at him. Kirby Joseph up here? Hasn't he been injured? What the heck? Quinion not being up here for the corners is crazy. Eagles fans are wild for that. Voting Cooper DeJean, but not voting in Quinion Mitchell. Where's the receivers? There you go. JSN, GP, Puka Nakul, Jamar Chase, Amon Ra, Ted McMillan, and Mika Ibuka. They love them some rookies. That's just how they go. Drake London, Romeo Dobbs, CeeDee Lamb. This is interesting. But But hey, whatever. I ain't. No, those are not the best 10 receivers, but again, it's voted by the fans. So, it is what it is. He got 6 picks. He got 6. Who got 6 picks? Kirby got 6 picks this year. Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter are up there. They're both in there. 2 years in a row, Texans win. Wild card, lose divisional. Get over the hump. Hopefully this is the year. This is the first time one side of our team is elite. This is the first time that's been a thing. So hopefully us having an elite defense helps. If not, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But the offense is. I mean, offense kind of look personnel wise. I like the offense this year better than I did last year, but they kind of look the same. I mean, because really, we went into the playoffs with just Nico. Tank Dell was hurt, and Stephon Diggs was hurt. So I mean, like hypothetically, we go to the playoffs this year. Our receiving core is pretty deep this year. So I mean, we got decent odds this year. Kirby might retire. Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Take care of his health. If we go to the playoffs this year, I'm gonna have to watch the game because I barely be even remember like the context of what happened in some matchups. Let me use the restroom real quick, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. Bear with me. All right. Back at it. Ooh.
The Buccaneers losing on Thursday Night Football to the Atlanta Falcons 29-28. This was a killer loss for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in those beautiful creamsicle uniforms. Fellas, you still trust Baker to get this Bucs teams to the playoff?
I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win cash while watching sports than Prize Picks. Football season is here and basketball season is here, so there's absolutely no better time to join. It's
If the Bucs make the playoffs, I don't expect them to do nothing. They're just not trustworthy. They got a good squad, but they're not trustworthy at all.
It's good to be right. I don't think you can. You got to be real about who the Bucs team is today, not who the Bucs team was the first 6 weeks of the season. The Bucs are 2-6 in their last 8 games. At the point in which you allow Kirk Cousins to go for 373 yards on you, and the week before you allowed Tyler Shutt to beat you down, I can't trust the Bucs to beat anybody. And if we're being honest, they don't truly control their own destiny, because I would suggest the Carolina Panthers do, because though the Bucs played the Panthers 2 of the next 3 games, the Panthers are the ones in the driver's seat right now. The Panthers are the team that's hot right now. The Bucs are limping again. And again, we've been waiting to see the Bucs at full strength. We saw the Bucs at full strength, and full strength wasn't strong enough. Mike Evans got busy. He went for 120. Godwin was on the field. Ibuka got busy. He went for 64, and that still wasn't good enough. So in my mind, I no longer trust the Bucs to get it done. Sure, they can get it done, but I don't got full confidence in them.
They need a new linebacker. Deion Jones starts for them. I had no clue, bro. I haven't seen. I didn't know Deion Jones was on that roster. Dennis not good. I don't know. I thought Savasier Dennis was good. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't watch him in detail enough to know that.
Finally kept it real.
Oh, wow.
He finally kept it real about Baker Mayfield, right? I mean, God's sake, I was hoping he wants to MVP again. Anyway, yeah, man, it's curtain calls for them Buccaneers.
Curtain calls?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you in a bad division, battling with bad teams.
That's true.
Right? You just had the nerve to say that the Panthers might make the playoffs. Think about how that sounds. That's just all bad. And they battling right there with them. Like, Atlanta beat you? Atlanta been trying to give up games for the last 5, 6, 7 weeks.
Correct.
So I don't think Baker Mayfield could carry this team to the playoffs. They're battling with the Panthers and the Falcons.
Yeah.
And they just lost to the Saints. I mean, are you serious?
Is there anywhere where those two teams in this division get a playoff win?
Come on, man.
I don't even think.
I don't think so.
there's a
But
chance.
like the fact is, if anybody could do it, it's the Bucs that can do it. But you got to assess like not who you wish you were, but who are you? Who Baker wishes he was healthy and this team at full strength and like a 3-game lead. Baker's got a bum shoulder. He didn't even attempt to run all day today. I'm not convinced he's healthy. The squad came back at full strength, but the defense, they're not playing at a high level right now either. So like, who are the Bucs right now? They are a below average football team. Maybe because they're playing the Panthers, the Dolphins, the Panthers, they might limp into the playoffs. But the Dolphins, surprisingly enough, are playing really good football right now. The Panthers are playing good football right now. And the Bucs aren't just bad. They're awful. Records are very deceiving in this course in the season because the Bucs started 4-1. So
I wouldn't call them an awful football team. Like, offensively, they got talent. They got arguably the deepest receiving room in the NFL. You got 3 good running backs. Cade Otton is a pretty solid tight end. I think he's hurt right now, though. I could be wrong. And Baker's not a bad quarterback. Defensively, they got a bunch of good pieces on defense. Now, as to where, they might be missing some specific pieces, here and there. But and maybe the play calling offensively could be better, but I wouldn't call them as a team. I wouldn't say it's awful. They definitely got a lot of talent on that team.
you look at the record and they're 7-7, and you're saying, well, Acho, what do you mean they're all that? No. The last 2 months of the season, the Buccaneers have 2 wins. 2 wins in the last 2 months.
Nobody's stopping their wide receiver core in the playoffs. The issue is when you got insane talent and you can't win with it, that tells me something is wrong with your coaching or your play calling. Because if we have matchup nightmares everywhere and we can't win, or we're not scoring every drive, or we're not putting points up every drive, then we're doing something wrong with our play calling. Because we got too many. With all the receivers that they have, there should be a mismatch somewhere. There's no reason the Falcons should have beat them yesterday, especially with how bad Mike Evans was doing Kobe Bryant and AJ Terrell was playing. Like, there's no reason they should have lost. They should have been scoring every drive. But it's their first game. This is the first game with their entire receiving core healthy. This is the first game all season. They've never had all these guys healthy all together this entire season up until yesterday. So I mean, maybe they're trying to find a groove, but you're still really no excuse for them to have lost that game. Now, on the defensive side, they probably got some deficiencies on defense, and that's my assumption as well, because when you got a bunch of talent on offense, but you're not getting the job done. I mean, yeah, I think that's just a very fair and safe assumption. Can't see being hurt their defense. The O-line kind of bad. There is definitely some deficiencies, but it's definitely a talented team for sure.
Months. So it's not that the Bucs are even a moderately good football team. America, the Bucs are terrible, and Baker's not playing at a very high level. Good day today.
Hassan Reddick, Yaya Vita Vea, not a bad D-line. That's facts. They got some good players here and there.
I want to revisit this conversation because we talked
That's why
about
Winfield's
it
a
after
great
they
player.
dropped that game to the Saints this past weekend. I'll revisit it.
Jamil
Do you
Dean
guys think
statistically
that
is
the
playing
Bucs
up there with the top
can
10
win
corners.
And win big with Baker Mayfield? Do you think he's a franchise quarterback for them in the future?
Yes.
I think he is.
Because it was not the offense nor Baker that lost this game. And if we're being honest, you got to look at the Bucs team and say, if you give up 370 passing to Kirk Cousins, and then you allow Bijan Robinson, I think, to have 180 total yards, you're not winning a game like that. Talk to me.
The Buccaneers were up 14. Give up a touchdown.
Yeah.
They fail the 2-point conversion. What does Baker Mayfield do on that next drive when he goes back out there?
Pick. He did the back.
He throws an interception.
Yeah. He started acting like that
Like,
in the playoffs.
he had a part to play in this loss tonight too. Shady, how do you feel? Do you think he's?
No, you totally right, Care Bear.
Yeah.
It's like you just the cowboy bear. You know what's going on. He started acting like that. Prescott in the playoffs.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, Acho saying it leads to the playoffs and all this other stuff. I can't see it. The game on the line. So I look at like stats. Like, okay, you can have 300 yards, 400 yards, whatever it may be. But in the prime of the game, when we need you most, right? When the lights get super bright, what do? You the quarterback. I think we started loving, you guys started loving Baker because he played good and big moments.
Yep.
Well, we needed you. Okay, so your team lets a score up, right? And then they come down, right? And then you throw a pick.
Yeah.
Can't happen, man. And I don't want to hear nothing about these injuries. Let me tell you something. We are in week 15.
Yeah.
Everybody's injured. Just because you put it on the scouting report, sometimes I didn't. A lot of players don't do that. They don't put it on the scouting report. So everybody's hurt, Acho. That's no excuse.
But here's my thing, 2-5.
What's your thing?
Bucs are still winning by 2 with a minute 20 left. I don't believe the Falcons have any timeouts.
Yeah.
Bucs have an offensive or defensive minded head coach. Last I checked, incredibly defensive minded.
Wait, real quick. You go there. They didn't play conservative. They threw the ball.
Who you talking about?
You talked about when they had the ball back with 1 minute left, right?
Yeah.
It was down 2.
No, I'm saying this. The Falcons were trailing. Bucs had a lead.
Right.
So, like, keep your lead.
Boy, they had the ball too, though, and they gave it up.
Yes. He's right on that.
They were in a 3rd and 28.
But before you got there, though, when you're a quarterback and it's your team, close the game out. That's why you have 4-minute offense. 2 minute. You have all these different things. 4-minute offense is listen. We got 4 minutes left. Let's ice the game away.
Yeah,
let's not put the game in the defense's
Shady,
hands.
with the marginal running game, 4-minute offense, and you know better than I, but as a defender, I know about it too. 4-minute offense is, hey, let's run. Let's get to 3rd and short. If we have to do a play action or a bootleg, quick dump off pass.
That's not all the time.
But 4-minute offense is predicated upon running the clock. The running offense was trash today. 22 carries, 88 yards. Like that.
Yeah, but they hold up now. On certain coaches,
Yep.
like Andy Reid. Andy Reid will always just run it out. They got safe passes, right? Because around this time you don't get a lot of man coverage, correct?
Yeah, of course.
All right, beat man. Because the first time they had to get a first down, they got it.
Yeah.
It was Mike Evans and it was Chris Godwin in stack alignment.
Yep.
Chris Godwin fakes in and it cuts out.
Yep.
First down.
Yep.
Okay, now they had to take their timeouts.
Yep.
So all I'm saying is you had a chance to close the game out on offense and you did not do that.
Yeah.
So we're not going to blame the defense. Defense has something to do with it. No, it has something to do with it.
Thank you.
I mean, but hold on. all the money and all the talent is on what side of the ball?
It's not all of it, bro.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
A decent amount,
The
but but Levante David is still over there. Vita Vea is getting paid.
Wait, hold on.
I'm holding.
Who?
Levante
I play
David.
with him.
He getting paid.
Nice, but he's older.
Sure.
All right.
Vita Vea.
Cool. Vita.
Yeah.
All right. Who else?
Antoine Winfield.
He nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's 3. That's it. On offense,
That's still a good amount, though.
on offense, you got all the big dogs. First of all, when you guys talk about a quarterback leading the team to the playoffs,
He's a $100 million quarterback. That's not even a big dog. He's a 4-year, $100 million guy.
my bad, I didn't know $100 million was nothing. My fault.
I mean, compared to the
compared to
250
real
guy,
money,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Bro,
but here's my thing.
He making less than half.
No,
what
it's
Trey
$100
Lawrence
million.
is.
Shady, but let's be honest. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are a defensive team. Like they're a defensive team
because of the coach.
Because of the coach and because of the roster. In my mind, Mike Evans is on year 12 or
couldn't
13.
tell
tonight.
He like he was in year
He did.
3.
He could.
He could
But
tonight.
like
Balling.
the Bucks have one offensive player that scares you, maybe 2, because I count Bucky as a half and I count Ibuka as a half.
Okay.
So
And
like
Still ball. You say who?
Mike Evans.
maybe and
I mean,
But he can't go.
Mike was getting. He was.
Come on, social
Mike
trade.
got crazy busy today.
Yeah, so
crazy busy today.
Chris
But
Godwin's another one.
the
He don't
only-
count. Chris Godwin don't count.
He does. The only point I'm making is this. If you have a defensive coach and a defensive team and you're up by 2 points with a minute left and the opposing team has no timeouts, I need you to seal that game. Especially 2-5. You're not facing Lamar Jackson. You're not facing Prime Aaron Rodgers. You're facing Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins couldn't even like drive the ball down the field half the game. And mind you, Drake London's not out there. Their best player on offense right now is Kyle Pitts, who many people called a bust through the first 3 years of his career.
If you had him in fantasy tonight, bro, and he
Got
blessed
busy.
you in a playoff game.
But like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not
Yeah.
facing and the last point that Shady made
This is
earlier.
not what you mean,
I think
too.
the Atlanta Falcons have won like 1 game in the last 2 months.
Send me his YouTube.
Like the Falcons are a bad football
So
team.
wait, hold up. I just can't like Baker Mayfield in the offense, bro. You
Shout
put
out
them
to
out
him.
there first. You should put them out there first. Solid running game. I guess okay, the offensive line.
Like you blame them first.
Yeah, bro. Y'all gotta put the game away.
Yeah, I hear you.
The Bucks. I mean, guys, the Bucks tonight gave up a 3rd and 28 and turned it to a 4th and 14, and they gave that up.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I don't know if I call the Bucks a defensive football team. I think they take on that. I think they kind of looked at that mentality wise, but they nice on offense, personnel wise. Like I think they have just as much talent offensively as they do defensively, if not more offensively. It's just the offense is consistently hurt. The receivers are always hurt. But
Then
That
also,
can't happen.
fellas, the Atlanta Falcons tonight had 19 penalties for over 125. Those are bad college team stats. Like that shouldn't be happening in the National Football League. And you found a way to lose that game. I don't know. Also, Kirk Cousins getting busy like he did though. I think he was 30 of 44 with like 300 I think 373 passing yards and 3 touchdowns tonight. Completely inexcusable. You just can't let that happen, bro. The Bucks are nasty, and I don't think they deserve to be the playoffs. At least I've seen the Panthers beat some good teams.
he said, I don't think they deserve to be in the playoffs. That's tough. Let me know y'all thoughts on that. Shout out to Trey. Shout out to you, buddy. Let me know y'all thoughts on that, man. Do we trust Baker and the Bucks to get into the playoffs? I don't know. If they get in, I don't trust them in the playoffs. So I mean, like, does it really matter if they make it? Y'all let me know your thoughts. Subscribe, thanks so much. Stay blessed. Ibuka has been so bad lately. I disagree with that. I don't know about that. I don't know about him being bad. If he's dropping a ball, then yeah, we can call him bad. But I don't know about him being bad. You know, I think Godwin has came back, so he's automatically shifted down on the depth chart. And now, because Godwin been back for what 2-3 weeks now, that automatically shifts him down on the depth chart. He was number 1 when Mike and Godwin was out. Teams started playing him harder. Too many miles to be up. Teams started playing him harder. Like I think they started paying more attention to him, so they started going to Tez more. And then Godwin comes back, so it's like All right. And then now Mike is back. So they got Godwin, Mike, and McMillan back. So it's not gonna be easy for him to get the ball as much as he was. You know, he was the number one, and it was cool while it was cool. But you know, you're not really gonna like game plan or like overly adjust for him to get more targets or more involved and get your number one receiver more involved because he's not really the number one receiver technically. But it's not too big of a deal. Shout out to Brody. That's what's up. He's not racist. Hurts should be benched. Oh, let's check this out. That's
We're
crazy.
about to get into a segment.
Hurts should be benched. Check this out. Is McMillan good? Yeah, McMillan
I think
nice.
I actually have to defend Jalen Hurts. Goodness gracious. But essentially, we had a situation, Philly Sports Talk Radio, where Nick Sirianni was talking to the host of the show and was asked about a possible change at quarterback. I'll let you guys take a listen to this absolute nonsense.
Definitely your starter Sunday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there a possibility later this season, if he continues to struggle, that you can make a change at the quarterback spot?
No, I think that's ridiculous. I think, Jalen Hurts, I know every time I go.
TJ Watt had surgery to repair a partially collapsed lung. I would say he's not playing for a while. He probably done for the season. I mean, dang, that's tough. I wonder how did that happen. It wouldn't be any pressure to rush bro back for no reason. I wouldn't assume any something like that. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know the timetable on the return on that, but that's interesting. Dry needling. Is that like that where they put all the needles in you and all that stuff? Or like I don't know what it's called, like recovery stuff. And that partially collapsed his lung. So they poked a hole in his lung. That's tough. Hey, give me the holistic stuff. I don't want nothing in my body. If it ain't some herbal tea or herbal, you know what I'm saying? Let's do some stretching or something. That's tough.
Out in that field with Jalen Hurts as our quarterback, we have a chance to win the game. And that's something that's been proven. We've won a lot of football games, and again, we don't ever go into something.
There's some science to it.
This is a team game. This is the most ultimate team game. So when you win together as a team, you lose together as a team. It's never just one thing. I kind of said that.
And yada yada yada, a bunch of coach speak.
Hey, can I say? Some things, T, you shouldn't even dignify with the response. I got some important information for y'all. There's no better place to win.
Yeah, I wouldn't even. Honestly, I mean, and if this is the Eagles radio station, like I know Texans have it, like I think each team has their own designated radio station. If this is the Eagles radio station, that is a crazy question to ask. I don't know if this is the or if this is a. I'm assuming it's the, because typically this has to be the designated station in order to get the head coach on a call. So that's a wild question to ask. I don't ever hear Texans radio saying stuff like that, or questioning. Like I didn't when Davis Mills was 3-0. I never heard like an actual conversation of entertaining Davis Mills being our starter moving forward. I don't recall. I listen to Texas radio here and there, so I don't recall hearing that. That's kind of wild. How you doing, Miss Hoover?
Prize Picks.
How you doing?
It's good to be right.
Oh,
Like, some things are so dumb,
dog.
you don't even dignify with your oxygen, with the air in your lungs. Considering benching Jalen Hurts is the dumbest sports take I have heard today outside of Matt Barnes. Like, that's just dumb. You don't.
I seen something about him and Matt Barnes beefing. I need to look into that. But yeah, that is ridiculous. That's a ridiculous question to ask. That makes me feel like, now I could be wrong, but that makes me feel like the dude on the sports radio is he a casual. which is wild, you know, because like your job is football, so you shouldn't even ask something like that. Like, it's crazy.
Bench Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP, and put the team on his back in those Super Bowls.
I feel like there's
Even
better
against
questions.
the Rams in the playoffs last year.
You got the head coach on the call. There's better questions you could ask. Way better questions.
44-yard touchdown run. Hell, even against the Chargers, as bad as that game was,
Unless that was
we're watching it
intentionally
together.
for
Care Bear Shady in
clicks.
his joint.
Yeah.
And we're saying Jalen Hurts was probably going to lead that team on a touchdown drive to win the game.
I thought he was going to go win it.
Bad game. Made some bad plays. Is he an elite quarterback? No. Is he a winning quarterback? Absolutely. And the Eagles team is built around Jalen Hurts. They're great everywhere else. Haven't been playing great all season long. Is Jalen Hurts holding the team back?
That's a waste of a question.
He's holding the team back to making the playoffs every year as a starter. He's holding the team back.
Like, I feel like the type of stuff that you could ask somebody in a position like that, I think you could be asking better questions. You could ask something to inspire the coach to do something better with the play calling. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's a waste of a question. I listen to it every morning on the way to school.
Back to still leading the NFC East. He's holding the team back to 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. He's holding the team back to a Super Bowl MVP. He's holding the team back to 2 Super Bowl appearances.
If he was serious, that's a dumb question.
He's holding the team back to making
If
the
he
playoffs
trolling,
with a different
whatever,
offensive coordinator every year he's been there. He's holding the team back to being the best team outside the Chiefs over the last 4 years. What are we talking about?
Nah, I'm not bitching Jalen Hurts. That's dumb. Just get rid of the guy calling the plays and you'll get better.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sirianni, you the man in charge. Take charge.
Yeah.
You start calling the plays. And so, no, I'm not. Benching Jalen Hurts is crazy.
Insane.
Dude just won a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl MVP. It just shows you how fickle.
Now, we have seen Super Bowl quarterbacks get removed from their position before. Now that's extremely rare. Now, I remember, I think it was the 2000 Ravens. They won a Super Bowl, and I think the next year, I think that same offseason, they released their quarterback. I could be wrong. I think they did. And there's another situation where it's happened too, but like some moved on from a Super Bowl winning quarterback, but that's extremely rare.
Cool. Fans
Nick
are.
Foles, yeah, I think
they love you one minute,
counts.
the next minute they hate you. Like, I would have been like, absolutely not. Next question. I'm not even going to elaborate. Y'all crazy. Boom, done. Like, bench Jalen for who? Who we putting in? Who we gonna put in?
Real. Tanner McKee.
Like, and I know the backup.
Yeah.
And I like him. Tanner McKee's the backup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But bitching Jalen Hurts? Come on, man.
I'll say this. I think, okay. One, I feel like everyone in Philadelphia sports media has been like, oh, it's but.
Hey, imagine this though. Imagine this. Jalen gets hurt. Tanner McKee comes in and he starts slinging it, balling. And we have another Nick Foles situation. Now, do I think you trust that long term? No. I think you trust Jalen. I think you play it, how you played it before, But that'd be interesting.
Tulo's fault. Oh, it's the offensive line's
Jalen
fault.
never gets hurt.
Jalen has a stinker, and now it's all Jalen Hurts' fault. I felt this entire season. I know a lot of people are going to call me a Jalen hater. That's the most popular take. Care Bear's a Jalen hater. I felt like Jalen was as responsible as the offensive line if they were struggling. I felt like he was a part to blame as well. Taking it to this point is crazy. Your reigning defending Super Bowl MVP midway through the season, you're asking about him being benched is ridiculous.
I'm glad they all on the same page about this, and Acho is not playing devil's advocate for this.
Cowboy fan on you on the bench.
As a Cowboys fan, I mean, I don't really fear Jalen Hurts like that. But look at our record against him. I'm just being honest with you. But I'll put it this way. Jalen Hurts is not the Eagles' sole problem. Is he a part of it? Absolutely. Absolutely he is. Benching him is one of the most insane asks I've ever seen a media member do. Especially asking the head coach that in the middle of the season. What do you expect him to say? As a matter of fact, Nacho, I completely agree with you. He should have hung up the phone.
Bro, that's a waste of a question. It's like, if you trolling, I get it. And if y'all already have that type of relationship, I mean, it didn't sound like a troll question. It sounded like a genuinely, like a legit question. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Phone at that point.
Correct.
It makes absolutely no sense. Jalen Hurts, we have seen him perform really well. Do I think that this marriage of him and Kevin Patullo's offense is a good thing for him? Absolutely not. It's absolutely not. And I think he's a lot better than what he showed. That was the worst game of his entire career. I'm not going to judge him based off of just
Now,
that.
here's the problem, and here's what Jalen has to fix. Jalen doesn't build up enough equity to have these type of stinkers. Like, you ever go to the ATM and you try.
Right, Texans, they something serious, man. They something serious. I just need the offense to pick it up. That's it, though. Again, this team is a lot better than they were last year. So, I mean, hypothetically, we could make a run in the playoffs. I just don't know how far we'll go, but, nice to see.
To make a withdrawal and it's like insufficient funds.
A Super Bowl is equity.
It is, but it's not enough to have these type of stinkers. Not when the duration of the season, Saquon Barkley.
You can afford to have a 3-pick, 4-pick game if you're coming off a Super Bowl win. I mean, I wouldn't. Let me make sure I'm hearing him clear.
It's the best. Jalen doesn't build up enough equity to have these type of stinkers.
Nah, that's crazy. I think Jalen is done. I think he's done enough. He's a clear-cut, proven starting quarterback for the Eagles. He's their franchise quarterback. Being the franchise quarterback, you can afford to have bad games. You can afford to have abysmal games, but you can't afford to have abysmal seasons because that's what takes the franchise label off of you. And Jalen is not that type of quarterback to put it to let games like that stack.
Like, you ever go to the ATM and you try to make a withdrawal and it's like insufficient funds?
A Super Bowl is equity.
It is, but it's not enough to have these type of stinkers. Not when the duration of the season, Saquon Barkley is the best player on the team. Then you go show out in the Super Bowl, and then your average for 10 weeks, 12 weeks, stinker in the 13th week. Like, he hasn't built up enough career equity. Patrick Mahomes had a stinker. We're not talking about it. Because it's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no, but nobody cares about it. Yeah.
Matthew Stafford against the Panthers. Stinker.
Yeah.
Lost his team the game single-handedly.
He's MVP.
I'm going to keep it a bean. Matt Stafford, 2 picks. One was a bad throw, and it wasn't even that bad of a throw. The corner just made a really good play. It wasn't a terrible throw. It was bad, but it wasn't terrible. And then the other one was a tip ball. So a tip ball and a bad throw. So one bad throw. I can't call that a stinker for Matt Stafford. A stinker is Sam Darnold throwing 4 picks versus the Rams. That's a stinker. A stinker is what Jalen Hurts did. A stinker is Max Brosmer throwing 4 picks versus the Seahawks. But not what Matt Stafford did. Mahomes threw 3 interceptions to the Texans and nobody talks about it. I think from what I heard the Chiefs had 6 drop balls in total. So I think people are not really trying to blame Mahomes too much. Kelsey dropped the ball that turned into a pick. Who else dropped the ball that turned into a pick? Jalen Petrie had one off of a drop. No, Jalen Petrie tipped it to himself. So I think the thing is, it wasn't like Mahomes was making bad throws, but so I think and the receivers were dropping balls, so it's like they trying to give Mahomes grace for that. Stafford gets excuses. Underthrown deep ball to Marquise Brown. Okay. And I don't think Stafford gets excuses at all. I feel like Stafford is fairly treated.
We're not talking about it.
Yeah.
Still an MVP frontrunner if you look at the Vegas odds. But Jalen Hurts this season has been average. His career, many people suggest, has been average. So the problem, T, is like he just hasn't built up, in my mind, enough equity. Super Bowl MVP is equity, but it's not enough equity to be average all season or average all last season, great in the Super Bowl, and then that's really the issue.
It's because Jalen Hurts is not looked at as an elite quarterback. Matthew Stafford is. Patrick Mahomes is. So when they have a stinker, it's like, oh, no big deal. Water off a duck's back. They're going to be good next week.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it's like Jalen doesn't do that often. Like, how often are we seeing Jalen throw 2 interception games? It's not the norm. Dang, he's never had a 4,000-yard passing season. That's actually crazy. 2023, he did pretty good. 3,800. last year 18 touchdown, 5 picks. I mean, that's good. He don't really turn the ball over a lot, but he don't really throw crazy yards either. This is interesting. Very interesting. Hmm.
And when Jalen Hurts has it, it's
His stats are good. I ain't gonna lie to you. These are some very like they kind of mid. Like they I'm not gonna say that because he they okay. These are okay stats. These are okay stats. Like it's not bad, but I don't know if I say this is like good. This is a good season right here. 3,700, 22-6. That's a good season. I like that. This is okay. 23-15. That's not great. Okay. The rest of these, this is okay. 16-9. This is a good ratio, but I mean, 16 touchdowns for an entire season for 15 games. It's okay. Not great. 2024, 18 touchdowns, 5 picks. It's okay. You know. Yeah, it's okay. You know. No, okay. You know what? And I do have to count his rushing yards. I do have to take that into account. So let's say 2,900 plus 630. That's 3,500 yards. Okay, 3,800 plus 600. Okay, that's about 4,400 yards. Okay, that's not bad. That's okay. Now that makes it look that makes it look a lot better. That makes it look a lot better. 3,700 and what's this? 760 yards. So it's about 4,400 yards. That makes it look a lot better. If you include his rushing yards. But as a pure passer, okay.
it's like, oh, is he gonna play like this again next week? Whereas somebody else does it, you know it's not gonna happen next week. But when Jalen does it, it's like, here we go. And so that's all. Jalen Hurts to me is a perfect quarterback for the Eagles. He's gonna do whatever is needed to win.
Correct.
And he's shown that. And it's not how Mahomes is going.
That's kind of like Brock Purdy. Now I think Brock is a better passer in terms of statistically, I say, and maybe actually, but that's kind of how Brock is. You know, he gonna do whatever it takes to win. You know, you don't need to rely on Brock to take over the game, nor do you need to rely on Jalen. You got enough talent, and you know, you're gonna call it up and do what you need to do. But again, you know, if I take into account Jalen's rushing yards, overall those numbers aren't that bad. They're not that bad.
Make plays. It's not how.
Wow, that is a crazy comment.
Matthew Stafford is going to throw the ball. It's not how Josh Allen is going to do both, but he's going to make plays and win. Mm-hmm. And Philadelphia's gotten spoiled, man. They've gotten spoiled. Yeah. They've gotten spoiled. So spoiled. They've gotten spoiled because they have such a great team, and this year is going to end in a disappointment, and that's okay.
Do we look at Jalen Hurts incorrectly in the sense that we still don't necessarily value the dual threat quarterback? Like, we'd rather Matthew Stafford. Jalen Hurts has won at a higher clip than Matthew Stafford. He's kept Matthew Stafford from winning another Super Bowl. He's kept Matthew Stafford from going to another Super Bowl. But everybody would say Stafford clears Jalen. Because as a traditional pocket passer, Stafford clears Jalen.
Yeah.
But as a winner, with all due respect, it's really not even a conversation. Jalen.
But you could disagree with that because you could say as a winner, but Jalen has been with this Eagles organization since them coming off of a Super Bowl. You know, I know he wasn't in that Super Bowl that they won with Nick Foles, but you come into an organization, you know, a few years removed from a Super Bowl win. So this is a winning organization, and they continue to build and get back to more Super Bowls. Stafford didn't walk into that situation. So I don't know if I would call Jalen Hurts a winner because of Jalen Hurts, even though he is a winner. And, you know, he doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He makes the right plays for the most part. But I don't know if I would call him that over Matthew Stafford when they came into the NFL in totally different situations.
Easily clear Stafford.
But you know
and
what
Stafford
everybody's
has a better
going to
coach.
say.
What's that?
You know what everybody's going to say. They switch roles, then how it's going to look. That's what everybody going to say.
But then I would say this.
And now that the roles are somewhat, because you count Stafford's when he was with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Trash. If you look at Stafford, now that the teams are.
They've been on their teams around the same time.
No,
Stafford
I'm
got to
saying
the
like
Rams.
the talent on the
somewhat equal.
Rams now
Yeah.
is somewhat catching up to the Eagles.
But I give you this. Let me give you this. If Hurts was on the Rams team the year they won the Super Bowl, the Rams win the Super Bowl.
Nah.
Hell
He ain't-
no.
Nah,
Aaron Donald,
they not beating
what?
the Bengals.
Aaron-
He not making that
Hell
throw.
no.
No.
He doesn't have to. He'd run.
Nah.
This is the problem I have. This is a problem I have with specifically you, Care Bear, because you started yelling. At least T was respectful.
I'm not. I'm not
He uses
being
inside
respectful
voice.
of that. No.
Here's the problem I have: is Sean McVay's his OC. You don't think Sean McVay would have gotten the best out of Jalen Hurts? Jalen Hurts would have probably run for 1,000 yards that season, thrown for 3,200 yards that season, and in the playoffs, no, he.
Saying that Jalen Hurts would have ran for 1,000 yards hypothetically is a little wild. Most he's had is 784. Sean McVay is not going to have 1,000-yard running quarterback. That's not happening.
He might not have made the passes. He would have made the runs. So what I'm trying to say is, if Jalen Hurts was on a team with a great offensive mind, if Jalen Hurts was on the Rams, Puka, Devontae, that offensive line, Kyron Williams, plus Blake Corum, plus Sean McVay, plus that defensive line, bro, they're doing the same thing.
When you look at the Rams and Eagles.
Oh, no. That is crazy. No, they're not doing the same thing because Stafford is a better passer. And that's what makes McVay's offense is him having a really good throwing quarterback, not dual threat quarterback. I don't think Jalen is a bad passer. Far from. I think he's a good passer too, but Stafford is he's a better thrower. So that's wild.
Where do the Rams have a better set of players than what the Eagles have?
Defensive line right now. All season based on how they've been playing. Easily. Not close. Jalen Carter hasn't been playing well. Jordan Davis has made some splash plays, and the two edge rushers have been hurt.
They just sacked Justin Herbert 7 times. They pressured him 68%
I think the
of
Rams still should have more sacks. I mean, the D-line, give me the Rams.
That's a push to me. I like the Rams. I like the Rams, but that may be a push. Outside, and if you do give it to the Rams, every other position on the field is going to the Eagles.
Rams got Jared Verse, Byron Young, Kobe Turner, Braden Fisk. Very good D-line. Eagles got Jalen Phillips, Jalen Carter. Who am I missing? BG rotates. BG's not a starter. Jordan Davis, Jomo. Yeah, I'll take the Rams D-line. Nolan. I think I'll take the Ramsey line. Alex Hunt. They got some nice depth. That's tough.
Not wide receiver.
Yeah.
T.
Right now? Yeah.
T, be respectful.
Yeah. I'm being respectful.
Puka.
If we had a redraft right now, wide receivers, you starting a brand new team. No matter like new offensive coordinator for both.
If you go on that route, I'm taking AJ and Devontae over Puka and Devontae because then again, I don't know. Puka is on the same level as AJ Brown right now in terms of like receiver perception. I think AJ Brown is still an elite talent, but Puka is elite right now. Like, no question. And I do think Devontae Smith if given the correct targets, could have the same production, similar production to what Devontae Adams does. Now, Devontae's a red zone savant, but I don't know. You could pick your poison with that, honestly. You could pick your poison with that. Like, I wouldn't be mad at either one. I think they both two elite receiving cores. Obviously, right now you take the Rams. Right now, but if there was no OCs involved, then you pick your poison on that.
You have the choice. I either get Devontae Adams or AJ Brown. Who are you taking
right now?
At this age?
Yeah.
AJ, but you should have said.
Hold on.
You should have said
Then we'll
AJ
go
and
to
Puka.
Devontae Adams or Puka? Not in Sean McVay's system. Devontae Adams or Puka. Can you, bro? Do you know what Devontae?
No, you mean
do
Devontae Smith.
Do you know what Devontae Smith would do in Sean McVay's system?
1,100 yards.
Nah, he get more than 1,100 in Sean McVay's system. But no, I'm taking Puka over Devontae Smith right now, and it's not to say Devontae Smith talent is untapped, which I think it is. But I think Puka easily clears Devontae Smith right now. I don't think that's a question, personally.
8 touchdowns.
You wish
he'd be a number 2.
You wish he'd do that.
He'd be a number 2,
brother.
All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is there a world where we've incorrectly looked at Jalen Hurts?
Who secondary do I trust more, the Rams or the Eagles? I might go with the Rams as a unit. I might. I feel like the secondary been playing good this year. But it's hard not to take the Eagles because Quinion is CB1 right now, so it's hard not to take the Eagles. There's a chance Bate doesn't play, which means D-Hop wide receiver 2 possibly. They're not even gonna throw the ball to D-Hop, bro. I would love to see it, but I'm not counting on it. Rams have no elite corner. It's not about them having an elite corner. The Chiefs don't have an elite pass rusher, but they don't really have anybody elite in the front 7. I mean, you could say Chris Jones is the elite. You can argue that. They don't have nobody elite in the front 7, but that's still a good front. That's a good front 7 unit, and statistically, they're one of the best in the NFL. So I don't think it's about having an elite corner. I think the units, if they all work together in unison, I think that's what makes a good secondary. Jair coming back from playoffs. I'm not putting too much faith in Jair right now. I gotta see it to believe it.
Oh yeah. Jalen Hurts doesn't get a lot of credit because of the team,
correct,
that he has around him. But we forget that Super Bowl that they lost to the Chiefs, he outplayed Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts was cooking. He played extremely well when they lost to the Chiefs. Extremely well. They just took the L. To me, Jalen Hurts, because of Kevin Patullo, is taking a lot of the blame. But that's what comes with being a quarterback.
Absolutely.
You get way too much of the credit, and you're going to take a lot of the blame.
But Patullo been taking all the blame for Jalen.
I got 2 top 5 slot corners, DeJean and Carter. I don't know about that. I need to look at the numbers. I don't know about that. Top 5? Interesting. We'll see.
Jalen Hurts' bad play this season though too. Like I'm sorry, bro.
Care Bear,
I'm sorry.
If you give
me,
if you call better plays at the right time, Jalen Hurts ain't gonna be playing the way he's playing.
That's true.
Like, play calling is an art, man. I got to be able to set it up to where I'm calling the right play at the right time.
That's
like
factual.
Sean Payton do, and Sean McVay do.
Yeah.
And Shanahan seemed like he do it every play. It's an art of setting teams up, showing them something, but setting them up for later on so I can get the big play.
I don't think Patullo's good, but I'll say this though too. The Jalen Hurts, we got to stop acting like Jalen Hurts was not born on third base, bro. In the National Football League, this man has the best.
He wasn't born on third.
The cream of the crop.
He wasn't born on third.
He wasn't born on it.
He has 2 guys that would be number 1 on most of the teams in the NFL. He has the best, most gifted running back that is
I don't understand that analogy. He was born on third base. What that mean? He's like he came into the league in a good situation. Is that what that means?
He's touched the National Football League in the last 10 to 15 years.
So let me ask y'all this. This is the question.
Bro.
Does Jalen Hurts need more accommodations, be it coaching staff, players, teammates around him, line?
You definitely don't need more teammates
than other quarterbacks that are in his echelon.
To win, absolutely. But where I think Care Bears being disrespectful is here. One, Jalen Hurts wasn't born on third base in the NFL because Carson Wentz that year had 4 wins and then he got benched. Mm-hmm. 2, Jalen Hurts has been just as big a factor as everybody else that's been added to that team. A.J. Brown was added to that team. Jalen Hurts played at an all-pro level. Devontae Smith was drafted and added to that team. Saquon Barkley was added to that team. Jalen Hurts has been the same contributing factor. If you remove Jalen Hurts but keep all those players, the Eagles do not go to 2 Super Bowls. And I'm not convinced they win one. So, like, when you added Saquon, and remember, Jalen Hurts is an all-pro, runner-up for MVP. You know what I mean? And I'm not even the biggest Jalen Hurts.
Is the Gene, Marlon, Teron. Marlon actually, I looked at the numbers. I think Marlon has allowed the second most yards out of any corner this year. Number 1 is Amik Robertson. So, yeah, I don't know about the Marlon one.
Lover in the world, but I simultaneously have to acknowledge, like you added AJ and you added Smitty and you added Saquon, Jalen Hurts elevated his game to that of at minimum a top 10 quarterback.
I think he's a top 15 guy. 100%.
That's not saying anything.
That is saying something. Top 15 is good. Top 15 is solid.
There's only 32 teams.
He has the best.
Nah, I said Mikey's. I didn't say Mikey was number 1. I thought he was number 1 as far as completion percentage allowed. That's not yards. But he's not number 1 in completion percentage allowed. There's some other corners ahead of him, but his percentage is kind of bad. But it is bad. But yards allowed, I think Humphrey is 2. I got to go back and check. But Humphrey's 2 and Amik Robertson was 1. Hurts top 15 quarterback. I think you could make an argument for him being top 10. I think there's an argument there.
That's a supporting cast. I think he's top
15.
15. That's okay.
That's an insult.
That's not an insult. He's a top 15
There's only
quarterback.
32 quarterbacks, not even 32 starters. There's probably 29 starters because the other 3 are just kind of fringe guys.
Where are you putting?
Top 10 easily. Honestly, I'd probably go top 6, top 7. But I respect winning. And
you're gonna win with
I can watch the Rams game and view his 44-yard touchdown run the same as a pass. Other people can't. Others are like, oh, he didn't do anything in the Rams game. And
I think winning is a team accomplishment. Justin Fields was 4-1 as a starter with the Steelers.
Winning's not a team accomplishment. Winning.
Whoa. His face. Winning is not a team accomplishment. What the heck?
Winning is an effing quarterback accomplishment. And this is coming from a defensive player.
Nah,
I've been on teams.
Trent Dilfer was top 10 because he won a freaking Super Bowl.
No, because if given enough time, the law of averages will prevail. Everybody will come back down to the average. You can have a good season. Mm-hmm. You can have a good game. But given enough time, the law of averages will tell you exactly who Justin Fields is. He comes back down to his average. So
I respect that specific take. But winning is a team accomplishment. Like you that's why Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl with the Rams and did not go to the playoffs with the Lions. It's a team accomplishment.
Winning is not you could have the best team in the world, lose your quarterback, and it's a wrap. So don't tell me that.
And you can have the best quarterback in the world, lose your team, and it's a wrap. So it go both ways.
Winning is based upon a team. Sure, team matters. Quarterback is it.
Everybody believes or has believed that, okay, this is going to be the year the Buffalo Bills get over the hurdle. Mm-hmm. They're not. And Josh Allen is a top 2 quarterback.
Jalen Petrie counts as a slot, so I'll put him in there. Petrie don't understand.
In the league. If it's all about the quarterbacks, why he carrying them to a Super Bowl?
He's carrying them far, though.
No. Carry them further.
Let me ask you this,
not going to be in the playoffs this year because
I'll take this.
Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league.
He ain't been playing like it.
No. He's the best quarterback in the league.
He ain't been playing like it.
You're right. Why they not going to make the playoffs this year? If it's always about the quarterback.
His team has Law of averages,
No.
though, T.
See-
There's always an outlier.
You got
I'm not saying every time, but I'm saying
Bengals nothing without Burrow. They could be mid without Burrow, but I don't know. They got a cap on them without Joe for sure. But it go both ways though, you know, because you can have a great team. Again, no QB. You're a QB away, just like the Rams were. You know, I'm not gonna say that they had no QB, but they were an elite quarterback away from a Super Bowl. And what they got an elite quarterback, and boom, won a Super Bowl the very next year. And vice versa, it works the exact same way because the Rams are in this situation and Stafford is in this situation. Stafford needs a team and the Rams need a quarterback. Boom. You know, so Super Bowl for both. You know what I mean?
the reason that the Chiefs have been so good isn't always because
Off topic, but I'm sad. John Cena go retire tomorrow. Yeah, Bill just said the same thing earlier. Yeah, everything comes to an end. Ain't this his second time retiring?
of the team.
But you said earlier, Peyton Manning, when you're in your prime, you can't miss the playoffs.
Yeah, multiple
Patrick
times.
Mahomes in his prime.
Yep.
You don't miss a playoff.
And you have a top 10 defense, 7 to be specific.
Yep.
You're not making the playoffs?
Let me ask you this.
And so
Let me ask you this, please. Let me ask you this. What would you rather have? Patrick Mahomes last year. Patrick Mahomes or the Chiefs team? You can only take one.
what,
I'll give you the other 21 starters.
Now-
or I'll give you Patrick Mahomes.
where am I going with Mahomes?
It's spin the wheel. Would you rather have Patrick Mahomes? Because I'll tell you exactly what I'd rather have. Would you rather have Patrick Mahomes or the other 21?
I would rather have Patrick Mahomes.
Because the quarterback dictates winning.
Bro, all right, so let's throw Patrick Mahomes on the Jets. He's having a losing season by default. So you need both. Like it's not just one. Like the quarterback specifically individually gives you a higher chance of winning than any other position. But the quarterback is not the end all be all when it comes to winning, because you still need good coaching and you still need a good team. But, you know, it's so many other factors. But the quarterback plays on the chart. The quarterback takes up a large percentage of that.
Would you rather have Jalen Hurts or the other 21
if I got Pat
on the Eagles?
Mahomes and I'm going to Tennessee,
Let me ISO him. Let me ISO him real quick. Would you rather have Jalen Hurts or the other 21 on the Eagles?
Give me the other 21 on the Eagles.
You're taking that every time.
Yes, but
Every time. If it was Patrick Mahomes or the other 21 on the Eagles, who are you going to take? It's a conversation. That's how good the other 21 on the damn Eagles are. It wouldn't be a conversation on any other team, Acho. Sorry. I had to.
Hey, my dog cooked with that one,
had to.
Acho.
Come on,
He had you on the ropes. He had you.
hey,
Interesting. Yeah. The narrative on this video definitely changed from Jalen Hurts to be benched to I guess how important Jalen Hurts is to the Eagles. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this. I think that was a pretty decent video. Sparked some good ideas. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed. Let me see what I got. So I'm probably about to hop off. Do one more video. Mars become a problem. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. The Game Awards. Anybody watch the Game Awards? I wanted to watch it, but I didn't. Probably gonna watch Asmongold react to it. On Quest. I sworn I had some good football video. Watch some of it. Did they show any new games that are going to come out, or it was just strictly just voting for current games? 'Cause I love to watch like new game trailers. Most feared defense in NFL history. Interesting. Best hands ever. They did. Ooh, all right. That's a bet. I'll watch that while I'm editing. Love to see it. Ooh, 2 new Tomb Raiders coming out back-to-back years. Why are they doing that? Bro, I think, and I seen Call of Duty said that they're going to stop doing this, but they're going to stop doing yearly releases. I think there should be no game that's releasing a game every single year. I don't think Madden should do that. I don't think 2K should do that. They need to focus on perfecting the game for the next release and upgrading the game for the next release. All you gotta do is just drop roster updates. That's it. You know, when the next draft class comes out, you just update everything. But I think games should stop releasing back-to-back years. Like it I don't think it's good for games. Marvin Harrison out versus the Texans. Gonna be a blowout. Now I want to see how Kamari and Derek Stingley play against Michael Wilson. Michael been doing this thing when Marv been out. So I look forward to seeing that. Call of Duty should take years to make it perfect, just like 2019 COD. Yeah, they gotta chill. They're making a new Lego Batman game. I seen that. Oh, you said, do I agree? But the same thing with Gino. Put him up. Gino was never elite to me. He was. I think he was really good at a point, but I wouldn't say he was elite. And I do think Gino's a good quarterback in a bad situation, but it is what it is. GTA 6 won't come out till 2100 at this pace. That's a good thing though. Because once GTA 6 finally does come out, you know that game is going to last everybody at least 10 years. So, like GTA is trying to. I said Gino Hurts. The heck. GTA is trying to make a game that's going to last a decade. They're not trying to make a game that's going to last you a year, and then we gotta put out another game the next year. So, I think them however long, because people are still playing GTA 5. So I think however long it takes is I think it's fine. You know, personally. I don't play GTA no way, but I think it makes sense for it to take a long time, because again they're not making a game for a year-to-year basis. I was curious about their stats. 3,300, 2210, 2,600, 1614. Okay. Curious. Still playing 5. They should have just ended with 5. I mean, you don't need to end with 5 when you know you're gonna make a $1 billion off of it. They're gonna make so much money off of GTA 6. There's no reason to end with 5. And again, there's no rush. You know, they could do GTA 7 15 years after they do GTA 6, and it's going to have the same effect, and it's going to last because they took their time with it. And people still gonna be playing GTA 6 for X amount of time. You know what I mean? So it's a game that kind of don't age out. Yeah, how fast CFB made a new game, but GTA taking so long. That's not good for CFB though. CFB made so much money off of CFB 25. I guarantee you the amount that they made off of CFB 26 is nowhere. CFB 25 sales first. They made $500 million in the first week. CFB sales numbers. $1.3 million copies in July alone. $2.2 million people bought early access deluxe edition alone. So they dropped. They went from 2.8 million people buying a game last year to 1.3 million. So that's kind of a big drop. Top 3 of 2025 September. It was the third best selling title of 2025 year to date by late September. So it still did good, but it didn't do nowhere near as good as 25. And that's the thing, bro. It's like they could do so much better if they just wait. People are gonna want to buy the deluxe edition. People are gonna want to do all that because they know it's worth the wait. Because they enjoy. They got to sit with this one game for years, and they built so much. What's the word? So much of a connection to the game. Ardez Washington might play. Trying to see how much. Of course, number 2. Sales for the U.S. Over 1.9 million downloads. Don't tell me. Hey, oh well. I wonder if anybody gonna play the Halloween game. Oh, for sure. People gonna play it. Now, how popular it's gonna be, I don't know. But people gonna play it for sure. I'm gonna hop off, y'all. I'm gonna do some editing. And I will catch y'all maybe later tonight. I'm not gonna make no promises. But we'll see. But it's about that time. Good kicking it. Good stream. Good topics. Sure. Y'all be blessed, man. Thank y'all for y'all time. Go to sleep. Interesting. Appreciate y'all for y'all time, man. And y'all take care of yourselves.